The plan for now is to keep Venom and Carnage separate from the shared Sony and Disney Spider-Man universe. I'm just here to tell you that I think that's a great move. Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
Pretty please, with sugar on top.
Back in 2018 when Venom came out, I remember enjoying it for what it was. It wasn't anything life-changing, but it was a nice change of pace from the boring, generic superhero movies that we've been getting up until that point. I appreciated the fact that the movie wasn't connected to anything. People today think that everything has to be in a shared universe. I say fuck that. Give me one good standalone movie and I'm happy.
Fuck me, right?
The best part about the original Venom was how they portrayed the Venom and Eddie Brock relationship. With Eddie hearing Venom in his head and how those two aspects of the same character kind of played off each other. The Venom symbiote almost acted like Eddie's evil conscience. And Eddie's good nature kind of balanced that out. And now we have the Let There Be Carnage trailer. And the trailer opens up with Eddie and Venom cooking breakfast.
Why?
I'm not going to shit all over this, but I really don't want to see a lot of this comedy relief stuff in this movie when it comes out. There are ways to show how this relationship is affecting Eddie's life without leaning into the comedy. The stuff about Venom wanting to eat people feels organic because that was part of the first movie, so I understand that. But if it was me, I wouldn't have opened up a Venom and Carnage trailer with Venom cooking breakfast. That's just not appealing to me. These are two of the coolest and most iconic villains in comic book history, so I really hope that the filmmakers take that seriously. Dark humor is fine, just don't go overboard with it.
That makes sense.
I thought that them using One Is the Loneliest Number as the song for this trailer was a really good choice, because the song plays into both the relationship between Eddie and Venom, as well as the introduction of Carnage, which means we have two iconic symbiote characters who can now play off each other as well. Throughout most of the trailer, we get a voiceover from Woody Harrelson's Cletus Cassidy character. Now I have to be honest, I think Woody's casting for this role was a stroke of genius. Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, should be a sick, twisted fuck. So who better to do that than Woody? He talks initially about how he and Eddie are the same person, which is not true, but it's a nice little tidbit to give you an idea of how twisted his thinking may be.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
There's talk about the consequences of your decisions and how it affects the people around you, and that's something that every comic book character or superhero deals with in their stories. But I hope they really lean into that idea more for this movie, because Eddie, through no fault of his own, will and has already done horrible things as Venom. So I would assume that would inspire some type of reaction to the people that are closest to Eddie and to people on the outside. It'll be interesting to see how him being Venom and the things that he's done affects his relationships, affects his job. It appears in the trailer that he may have gotten the law's attention, and law enforcement might have something to say about all the people with their heads ripped off. It appears that Cletus may have some kind of infatuation with Eddie, either because he knows his secret, or because of the interviews that Eddie's been conducting. Serial killers forming a connection with people who interview them is kind of a common thing. They do show the Carnage symbiote being injected into him or onto him in what looks to be some kind of weird experiment inside the jail, I would assume. It seems like a risky thing to do, so I wonder what the motivations are behind that. Is it kind of a twisted RoboCop 2 scenario where they're using a psychopath with a symbiote to try and catch Venom because they think Venom is the real menace? And it kind of backfires on them and Venom has to save the day?
I'm having trouble.
The transformation sequence with Carnage looks to be in line with a horror movie sequence, and it should be. In fact, because Carnage is in this movie, I'm hoping that they show his twisted brutality in the way that it should be showed. But only time will tell if we actually get that. I will say the shot towards the end of the trailer where they finally show Carnage looks to be in line with what I would think Carnage would look like in a live-action movie. He needs to be this unstoppable force of chaos in this movie that actually scares people. Don't portray him as a joke of a Carnage. Portray him properly as a unstoppable killing machine.
Goddamn right, that's the only way I work, Cap.
Unfortunately, the trailer didn't end there, and it resorts back to a little bit more of the dark humor at the end, which again seems kind of juvenile outside of Venom wanting to eat the store clerk part. For me, though, this trailer should have had the beginning and end cut off of it. It should have started with Cletus's monologue and ended with that shot of Carnage, because that's the money shot. Overall, I wasn't as overly impressed with the trailer as I wanted to be, but I'm still very interested to see what they do with these two iconic characters who are sharing screen time for the very first time ever. I just hope they they treat this as special the way it should be. So did you see the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer? If you did, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Nah.